Hello, Mr. Venkman. How are you doing today?
Fine.
Well, in our last couple sessions, you were expressing some issues about struggling with quitting your cocaine addiction. So how's that been going for you this week?
It's been going okay. I'm here because work made me come to keep my job. But I suppose it'd be better if I quit.
How do you feel when you go to work?
Um, little embarrassed of the whole thing. But I'm not as worn out as I was.
So you feel better since you abstained from cocaine.
Yes.
Have you noticed any other benefits?
I'm not broke all the time.
How does that feel, not to have a little money to spend?
Yeah, well, since I wasn't paying things I should have been paying, it's better.
Okay. Now, up until now, you've expressed some reluctance to go to the 12-step programs or to participate in some groups with other people that are struggling the same way that you are. Well, I don't want to say the same way, like every cocaine addict has the same problems, because I'm sure that's not true. We're all individuals. But do you have any thoughts on going to a meeting and trying it out?
Not so sure I want to do that. I attribute most of those people to people who live on the street, things like that. I'm a professional person. I don't think I'm in the same mold as them.
Well, it might help you to know, or help you to see, that there are many people that are of your income bracket and higher that are struggling with the same thing. There are many meetings. There is a Cocaine Anonymous and a Narcotics Anonymous group, so you can get as specific as the same drug that you're struggling with. Does that surprise you to hear?
No. Wasn't like I did these things by myself. Although I'm still around all the same people that are in my business world to do these things.
That's part of the 12-step program's benefit, is helping you to establish some friendships with people that, number one, are coping with recovery like you are, and number two, are not going, for sure, are working to not do drugs of any kind anymore. Does that part of a program interest you?
Perhaps. Maybe even something to talk to people that might. Maybe I just need to get another company and away from the people I'm around. And maybe they would have connections on how I could do that.
Well,
With this apparent thing hanging over my head on my record at my current job.
Well, let's talk about what would be the disadvantages to quitting your job. And, well, let's back up a little bit. How have you been coping this week with being around the same people that maybe trigger your cravings to do cocaine? In what ways are you helping yourself stay away from that?
Well, despite the fact things are supposed to be private of this sort at work, it would seem that most of them know anyway. So they do kind of understand that I can't be hanging out with them because I have to get tested now. So I don't get a lot of pressure that way. I think the general feeling is that everyone expects I'll just get through this testing time and then I can leap right back in with everyone.
Does that make you, do you feel any kind of anxiety about that period of time?
If I'm still there, I suppose it'll be harder, like, to push them off. But I guess that's what I'll have to do. So maybe going to one of those meetings would help me deal with that part.
How much time do you have in between now and when that probationary period is over?
I'm on a 6-month plan of correction. So in 90 days, I have to sit down and see how things have been going. I'm primarily performance based. I wasn't keeping up with things I'm supposed to be doing before, so it'll be mostly looking at that. Am I performing my job? And then at 6 months, it ends, if I am.
How do you feel about your performance, your work performance? How has it improved, or?
I suppose it has improved since I'm not I get proper sleep. Instead of being out all night and I'm working all day.
I want to congratulate you. That is a tremendous accomplishment for this week, that you can say I'm clean, you can say I have some money in my pocket, you can say that I'm working better, I'm holding up my responsibilities better, and you're still toughing it out, so to speak. You're using your coping mechanisms that you feel are working for you, and that's commendable. I hope that you'd be willing, though, to give it a try to a meeting, and go to as many as you want until you find one where you find some people that you click with. Do you think that when we meet again next week that you'd be able to tell me that you went to a meeting?
I suppose maybe I could go once before then.
I don't want to I don't want to put pressure on you to do something because I've asked you to do it. The evidence in drug rehabilitation shows, though, that people that participate in the program and get to know other people and have the support and also benefit from giving support to others when they join or are a part of a group of people that are struggling with the same thing. So I want you to go for yourself, and not because you don't want to come here next week and say that you didn't go, because that, don't do it for me, because I want you to do it for yourself. That will.
All right.
So you can say that. Do you have any goals in mind that you think that you'd like to accomplish now that you're working to abstain from cocaine? You have things in mind, that a direction that you want to go in?
No, just abstain from it. That's it. Put it behind me.
Do you think that going to a meeting will help you understand yourself a little more, to see if in 6 months you would be able to keep working where you're working with the people that you used to use with?
hard to say what'll happen in 6 months.
Sorry, you think that question was a little too... I don't know, seeing into the future to answer.
Probably.
Okay. How is your home life?
That's fine. Kind of kept that all separate.
Have you been honest and upfront with your spouse?
Somewhat. I haven't had any conversations about that. Most of our evenings are spent complaining about this nitwit president we have.
Okay, so... Well, again, I want to congratulate you for staying clean and keep working at it. I'm glad you had a good week. I hope that you'll try out a meeting this week. And we agree that that would be one of your goals for this week.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds fair.
All right. Okay, so we have a few more sessions that are allotted to us through work, and if you could take some time this week and think about any other goals that you want to set, any services that you would like me to see if I can plug you into or recommend before our time is up. Write them down and bring them with you next time, okay?
All right.
All right. Look forward to meeting you next week.
Okay.
All right, thank you.